Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him expelled!
The Adventures of Sharkboy and Lavagirl is truly a work of art. I'm not afraid to admit I hold massive nostalgia for this movie. It's the perfect storm of bad special effects, absurdist acting, and sincerity. Heck, I made it my very first video.
This record looks stupid.
I've always dreamt of a sequel, but not like this. Just recently, Netflix dropped We Can Be Heroes, a quasi follow-up to Sharkboy and Lavagirl. It's about kids rescuing their superhero parents from aliens. I mean, it has the same director, so it must be good. I've seen it twice and I still can't process how disappointing it was. It's not bad per se, but it's not memorable. Let's take this opportunity to revisit Sharkboy and Lavagirl and compare it to its successor, and maybe we'll dream of a better sequel. The Adventures of Sharkboy and Lavagirl is a 2005 action fever dream from the third dimension. If you haven't seen it in a while or never seen it at all, here's a quick refresher. We follow Max, an average 4th grader that no one understands. His parents are on the verge of divorce, so dreams are his only escape. Max presents his encounter with Sharkboy and Lavagirl in class, but it only invites ridicule. Linus Tech Tips bullies him. They fight through a contest of overacting, but Sharkboy and Lavagirl interrupt them. Max is like, "You guys aren't real, I jumped you up." But they're like, "Too bad, our world's ending and you're its only hope." The trio heads to Planet Drool, an LSD planet where Max's dreams and nightmares become real. They spend about 50 minutes acid tripping. Max gets an epiphany, becomes a daydreaming god, and saves the planet. But psych, a poorly rendered model of George Lopez invades Max's hometown. Max reawakens back on Earth. Tornadoes threaten his family, but Sharkboy and Lavagirl teleport out of nowhere and save Max's parents. Max's friends defeat Mr. Electric and Earth is saved. Max builds a better dream and finally fixes his social life. His parents stay together. Sharkboy and Lavagirl finally get together, never to be seen again. This film is an absolute joy. It has a genuine heart and fully expresses its dream-centered premise. Let's start with the acting. It ranges from stilted to cartoon absurdity. Max is passable at best, but he's unfortunately the weak link in this movie. Sharkman and Lava Woman share good chemistry and carried the really emotional moments. George Lopez and Linus were the most dramatic and most entertaining. You could tell they were having a great time.
You trim me! There's a big brown bad guy! I'm not bad!
You can try and hang with us, and we'll pretend you don't exist. I'm gonna burst your bubble, dream boy.
The most notorious thing concerning this film is the special effects. I fully admit, on a graphical level, it's pretty bad, even for the time. But the surreal and saturated aesthetics are definitely unique. To this day, I haven't seen anything as visually memorable as this movie. Just don't watch the 3D version, it'll make your eyes puke. Oh, and one last pet peeve. While the action is generally fun with Max and Sharkboy, Lavagirl's abilities aren't used that creatively. She can shoot lava from her palms, but can't summon firestorms or magma rocks. I guess lava simulation is more expensive than 3D technology. You know what's the coolest part? This movie was conceptualized by the director's 6-year-old son. If you watch the behind the scenes, the son and his family collaborated on every facet of production. I find that really wholesome. As far as I know, this is the best story by a 6-year-old. By the way, I changed the name of my highlights thing to prizes. The former name wasn't very accurate, so the latter is more appropriate when I find memorable quirks. Anyway, you think a story by a 6-year-old would have nothing of substance. On the contrary, Shark Guy and Lavagirl is imbued with subtext, when it's not saying dream every other minute.
Dreaming.
Dream. No dreaming.
It aims for high emotional weight and it mostly lands it. Let's talk about Max. He's a transfer student and has a hard time fitting in. His parents are having a domestic crisis. When he visits Planet Drool, his friends and memories are projected from his subconscious. Mr. Electric is his teacher but evil. Max's toy robot, which he couldn't get to work in the real world, serves as a mentor. The planet is a reflection of Max's psyche, which is a really cool setting for any movie. The most obvious connection is between Max's parents and his heroes. The parents are having a difficult time. On what exactly, it's never fully explained. And their separation is Max's biggest anxiety.
What about you and Dad?
Your father and I are just not compatible.
Why'd you make us a team? We're nothing alike.
We're not compatible.
In contrast, Sharkboy and Lavagirl are his idealized version of a happy couple. They come from polar opposite backdrops, but they overcome their differences with their unbreakable bond.
I can't let you go. You'll die too. He's my best friend.
I thought you wanted me to leave!
No, I don't. You're my best friend.
The film commits to its thematic premise of a daydreamer escaping reality. I mean, the message is as subtle as a brick, but it repeatedly reinforces that we shouldn't escape our dreams, but use them to build a better tomorrow. It explores the trio's insecurities and how they overcame their flaws. For Sharkboy, he became less impulsive and more level-headed. For Lavagirl, she discovered she is not a tool for destruction, but is the light of the world. Max learns not to hoard his dreams, but use them to inspire others. It's a really inspiring message. We Can Be Heroes wasn't as successful in this department. We Can Be Heroes is a 2020 History Channel documentary about kids saving their parents from aliens. We follow the Mandalorian's daughter as she leads a team of dysfunctional super kids. Oh, and Sharkboy and Lavagirl appear for a few minutes, I guess. This film is an odd case. It has all the building blocks of a decent Robert Rodriguez film. Low budget action, family drama, and a sincere message, but the pacing is all over the place. I'll go over the plot as fast as possible. Aliens begin invading Earth. This guy, Marcus Moreno, he swore to his daughter Missy he'd never do superhero work ever again, but his employer says otherwise. He and the other heroes immediately get captured by the Covenant. Missy, a kid with no powers, joins a fallout shelter with 9 other superhero children. They all decide to heck with it and save their parents. They escape Hero HQ, go through a training montage, and board the Covenant mothership. But wow, a twist! The organization that supervises the heroes were the aliens all along. They plan to drop their pyramid PC build on Earth, which will do something evil, I think. The hero kids master their powers and defeat the Covenant, but psych! It was just a test. The aliens are actually benevolent. They wanted the kids to be combat ready for Avenger level threats. They preach about work together or bad stuff happens. It's in the interest of the universe. The kids and the parents reunite. Mando hugs Missy and they both agree to work together on superhero missions. You know, as a family, like in every other Robert Rodriguez film. So yeah, this film didn't get me pumped. It's an above average movie that's desperately missing that cheese factor. It has the same imagination and energy of past Rodriguez films, but it just sags and doesn't focus on any core theme particularly well. For positives, I thought the acting was an improvement. The 10 children fully embraced their roles. Guppy, Sharkboy and Lavagirl's daughter, is a cute and endearing waterbender. The issue, there's way too many characters. I'm not against ensemble casts, but there's a reason they usually focus on 3 to 6 characters. 10 is overkill. And this isn't the case where it's 3 major leads and 7 minor leads. These kids are all treated with equal importance. There isn't enough screen time to go around. Half of them should have been consolidated or cut altogether. It would have mitigated the detrimental pacing. This film suffers from sloppy editing. I don't know if it were a time crunch, but parts of this feel less polished than the director's other works. Like in the beginning, not Henry Cavill goes into space to investigate satellite wreckage. The cutting feels awkward and the camera angle barely changes. It's painful to my post-production eyes. Or when we're introduced to Missy's school life. This boy tries talking to her, but we stay in this extreme wide angle. In any other movie, we get 1 or 2 close-ups. Like when the boy says Missy is weird and Missy is embarrassed. From how this scene was actually shot, this exchange feels stilted and artificial.
Just grab it. I'm trying. Can't you just fly up there or something? What's up? Did she get it? She tried, but she doesn't have any powers. But you're Marcus Moreno's kid. I know, it's weird.
Compare that to the dream journal scene from Shark Girl and Lava Boy. The cinematography here feels way more thought out. We Can Be Heroes' sloppiness even applies to the marketing. Let's tackle the big shark in the room. This isn't a Sharkboy and Lavagirl sequel in the slightest. They're only here for name recognition. There's no mention of Max, Linus, or anything else related. The couple interacts with Mando and the other parents, but that's it. Sharkboy gets no spoken lines. I get they couldn't get the original actor back, but at least give the new guy something. If I have to give credit, the visuals are slightly improved from Sharkboy and Lavagirl. The doodle monsters in Act 3 were kinda rad. The kids do use their powers in fun ways, and the training montage was pretty cool. When it comes to important thematic stuff, it's surface level. Father and daughter learn to reconnect, and with teamwork, we can overcome anything. The film never fully examines these themes because, once again, the pacing is all over the place, and it doesn't do everything it can with the superhero powers. Contrast that to Shark Dude and Lava Lady, where you felt like they did everything related to escapism and dreams. Because I couldn't get invested, We Can Be Heroes just doesn't reach the same emotional heights. If you forget it's connected to Sharkboy and Lavagirl, it's still underwhelming. I have a few prizes for this film. Benevolent aliens, you don't see that every day. A journal of broken dreams. Jokes aside, I can live with a barely qualified sequel. But dude, I give my condolences to all the people who yearn for a proper sequel. You guys deserve better. This is the part I rate both movies. In previous reviews, I assigned a 5-star rating system. Starting now, I'm ditching that. The old system felt dispassionate and arbitrary, so instead I'll just say I recommend a thing or not. Makes my life a lot simpler. So, how does We Can Be Heroes stack up against Sharkboy and Lavagirl? Not very well. I don't despise the former movie. It's cute and has the same energy from the director's other works, but thematically and emotionally it could have been so much more. Sharkboy and Lavagirl had a laser-focused plot and got me to invest in its characters, and I was never bored at any point. We Can Be Heroes technically has all the ingredients for a satisfying story, but it overclares itself, and when it finally states its message, it rings hollow. I don't recommend this film. As for Sharkboy and Lavagirl, I admit I'm very biased. Its imaginatively bad effects and full embrace of ludicrous concepts make it fun to watch. It holds a special place in my heart. Thanks for watching. It's a new year, so let's work together to make it a good one. I'll see you again in the February video. See you soon!